So hello and welcome back to Test Drive Thursday. Today we are looking at a Kamaz mod. It has been quite a long time since I've driven one of these, so I am interested to jump back in it. Interestingly, on the mod page where I downloaded it, it said this mod was for Eastern Express, which is a map mod. Now I've never really seen that before, a truck especially designed for a map mod, which confused me. Obviously you can use it anywhere on the map in your truck, so that was a bit weird. But let's get straight into the mod by taking a look at the customization. So here we are inside the configurator. So if you're wondering, this mod is available from any MAN dealer or any in sort of mainland Europe, that is. I don't believe you can get it in the UK, but I'm not too sure about that. Onto the cabins. As you can see, there are loads here because in this mod there are 4 different trucks or truck models available. There is the 3560, the 5480, the 6460 and the 6473. So there's quite a few to choose from. As you can see, all slightly different cabin sort of shape here. As you can see, this is a little bit more, I don't know, of an older design, would you say, with the sort of roof gutters, and I don't know, it just looks a little bit more boxy, whereas this one, it seems a little bit more modern, ever so slightly maybe. But this is what I find funny. It can actually tilt the cabin forward, and you can actually have a look at the engine. You can see that's a V8 there. It's amazing. I'm not actually sure if the engine model doesn't change when you mess around, but yeah, just look at the detail. It's got to be the best mod for detail. That is insane. Obviously you can't drive. Or maybe you can. The mirror's messed up. But this is okay. That is weird. That is really weird. But yeah, that's kind of funny. And then the rest of the small variations, as you can see. But we'll go for the top one here. Onto the chassis, we do have some BDFs in here. It does come with the mod. We got the more traditional. I don't know, is that a 6x4 maybe? I'm not too sure. But most of them are actually BDFs in here, which is kind of interesting. Or BDF ability. You can see this one it's got a 5th wheel. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Onto the engines, you got everything from a 330 here with 1200 Newton meters up to a 600 with just over 2000. So a good range there. Some Cummins engines, Kamaz V8 engines. So yeah, a nice little range. Onto the transmissions, you can either have a 12 or 16 speed with or without retarder. On the interior, it's pretty much the same, apart from you can have a little fly buzzing around, which is really annoying. But on that front, there isn't much that you can do. Onto the paint jobs. Again, pretty standard stuff. You got sort of a custom solid colour, or you can have metallic, and then there's some preset ones. Now onto the options. This is where it gets a little bit interesting. You can add a little metal guard down there, which is pretty nice. You've got the lower grille guard, which actually integrates really well into the bumper. Looks really nice, especially in black. It's a really good addition there. You can have a Russian number plate with, and even customize what letters you want on there. I've never seen that before. That's awesome. We're gonna have a go at that later. What's this here? Letters that you can put up here. So different style bumpers depending on which one you prefer, basically. I think that one looks a little bit more modern. Looks like an MAN if you ask me. Now how do we get the lights? There we go. Oh, look at that. Like super LED. Very cool. I do prefer the black. I think it looks a lot more stealthy. Up here you can add some bars to the lights if you're going off-roading and stuff. There's sort of rocks chip in it. Sort of hazard signs. Like a reflective strip on the door. What's this? Oh, you can actually change the complete... Whoa! It's amazing, look at that. I actually do like that, it works quite well. Awesome. Further up you can... There's all interior. You can add a secondary wide angle mirror. No options to paint them, interestingly. It's kind of a rare sight not to see. Add some little deflectors, they're really small, onto the window, or some larger ones. You don't have a, oh you do have a front mirror, here we go. Two different styles there. It's actually really small. I hardly see that from a distance. And then a little side mirror, which is really useful. Horn options, which is always nice to see. The ability to put them on the side of the truck. And then also some ability to put them up here. Around the back we have got side skirt options. But I'm not sure why you'd want to cover the detail of these tanks. Just look at it. And side skirts. You can add a spare wheel. And what's this down here? That's this rear plate by the looks of it. Russian number plate. You even got a bucket down here, which is kind of funny. Can remove it, I believe, but it is kind of fun. It's sort of waving about. Onto the interior. Again, as I said, pretty standard. You can add some different wheel trims, which I do not like. And it does also support SISL's mod. So all your little accessories you can add on. Some beads to the seat. Some curtains. So yeah, loads of cabin accessory options if you got the SISL mod. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the customization. So now I'm going to build this truck to my spec. Okay then, so here we are, all fully configured. Now I've gone for this diesel trailer, as you can see here, on our short little drive up to Bari from Taranto, if that's how you say it. Taranto, I don't know, but I've gone for this sort of dark red, which I think looks really nice. All the sort of black bars on the bottom, the horns on the side. I mean, just look at the detail down here. It really is amazing. You've just got to appreciate it all. A bit cool. But yeah, a short little drive in this. We'll see what it handles like. So I haven't driven one of these in a while. As you can see, when you got the lights on, it's got this sort of blue backlighting. Now you can, with the mod, when you're unpacking it, you can choose different backlighting. Loads of different colours to choose from, but by standard you get this blue. Now interestingly, I mean, if you look at the floor, it's got footprints on it. How cool is that? I mean, just all the buttons and everything, they're really detailed as well. I mean, just look at the parking brake. You've got the light mode switch there, as you can see. Is that like a fuel warning light over there? Like, a hazard button doesn't light up or anything, but pretty much it's all really high quality in here. I believe even the gear stick slightly wobbles when you're going along. There's no low textures or anything, which is really nice to see. When you turn the ignition on, you get that little Christmas tree there. Obviously no built-in sat-nav, so you have to have the external one. But you got the speedo, the rev counter on the right and the speedo on the left in kilometers an hour. Then you've got all your sort of temperatures and fuel level there. On the top display, you've got your consumption, temperatures, cruise control, that's nice and big, pressures, and then your range, which is kind of large actually. Almost 1300 litres of fuel. Pretty impressive. But yeah, it does look like it's been nicked from a Volvo, I think. Just stretched out a bit. The what gear you're in is down there, and you've also got a secondary cruise control display there, which is a bit weird why you'd have both on. But there you go. If we start this thing up, it sounds pretty cool. I went for the 330 horsepower engine. You can obviously, as you saw, go for some V8, which they all sound different, the engine sounds, which is nice. I'll just put the legs up on the trailer. But yeah, it's really nice to hear basically different engine sounds. The V8 one sounds really nice though, I have to say. Very sort of throaty noise. Let's just wait to get out of here. But I thought we'd go for an interesting engine. 334 horsepower is not a lot, especially when we've got a 25-ton trailer behind us. But it is only a short journey, so we should be fine. We've got the 12-speed gearbox without the retarder. Just to be a little bit different. And so far, the first thing I have to say is the steering is really weird. Right here, just nothing happens. There's so much play in it. It's really, really unusual. And then when you turn in, it suddenly tightens up again, and it goes really loose. It's so odd, the steering, to get used to. The good thing I suppose you can say is that when you're on the autostrada, the motorway or anything, this play in the wheel doesn't really affect it. So it does sort of make it a comfortable truck to do long hauling in, I guess, but then again, there aren't many creature comforts in here. It's very basic. I don't even think there's a radio, or at least a built-in one. It's got a clock up there. Maybe it does. Oh, look at that. It's also got another display up there that I missed. Yeah, it's definitely taken from a Volvo. I recognise it. Oh, wow, the gearbox is weird. It definitely doesn't suit this truck. I mean, 8th? I have to go through the gears individually already. We're only doing 30 miles an hour. This thing is really struggling. I think I should get in this lane. Indicators are slow, so slow. But yeah, it's a weird driving truck, I have to say. I'm getting quite a lot of lag with it as well, which is kind of interesting. It did crash on me earlier as well whilst I was customising. So I'm not completely convinced about the sort of support for this mod. It does seem a little bit buggy, which is something to bear in mind. Yeah, just look at this. Look how much you have to turn the wheel to get it to steer in here. Very, very weird. And the wheel itself, it's like it's at a really big angle to the driver. Yeah, let's try and get up to speed now. No idea where the red line is, or eco zone, because there isn't really any. I don't think it really matters with this truck. It's not doing too bad. Almost up to 80 kilometers an hour, or 50 miles an hour. And then, yeah, there we go. Let's put it in 12th. If you put the cruise control on, it's revving about just over 1200 RPM. It's not doing too badly, actually. It's not too loud. It's not revving too high. That works kind of well. Another thing that I'm noticing is that the seating position is really weird in this truck. You sit quite low down and quite far back. I know you can move everything forward, but if I do that, I just don't really feel right. I think this is the best position that I can get it in, but again, you feel really sort of far back and low down in the truck. Because of that, the visibility is really, really bad. I mean, the dashboard is quite high, the windows are quite narrow. It's actually kind of hard to see out of, especially the mirrors as well. They're really small. Oh, this gearbox, come on. So yeah, it is kind of hard to see oncoming traffic, and that sat nav, it's like a really annoying bloom on it. You can hardly read the speed limit. Oh, the steering. I keep getting these frame stutters. Brakes. Oh, they're not good. Brakes are awful. I was slamming on it full then. Not too far away. So do I... Oh, sorry, I knocked the microphone. So do I recommend you download this mod? I'd definitely say give it a go. I mean, the quality in here is really good. There's no sort of low textures or anything. I mean, the customization is also pretty good, I have to say. What an idiot. I do like all these sort of black painted parts that you can put on, like the lower grille guard. And just there's loads of options to choose from with the cabins and chassis and engines. I mean, the engine sounds really good, and they're all different, which is nice to see. So it's a really well put together mod, and obviously I've never been in one of these trucks, but I can only say that you must replicate it kind of well, because it drives nothing. I doesn't like drive like anything on this game. It's a very different experience, so definitely give it a go. It's nice to jump in different trucks every so often. But we are at the marina with this diesel. So where do they want it? There, which is a bit awkward. Hopefully we don't reverse it into the sea. That would be bad. Then we can just turn it around like this. And then just pull it over here. Right, there's only one reverse gear. Just gonna try and do it with those mirrors. There we go. Brake on, as you can see down there. And engine off. So let's unload. So if you have enjoyed that video, please do give me a like, subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.